This program is proudly brought to you by the VAFA Live Official app. With live scores, team stats, player stats and much more. Everything you need for the VAFA in the palm of your hand. Download it from the App Store or Google Play now.
Good afternoon, this is Gerard Gleeson at TH King Oval, where this afternoon we've seen St Kevin's Old Boys defeat St Bernard's Old Boys. I have with me Guy Martin, the head coach of St Kevin's, and Sam Critchley, the stand-in captain today. He's standing in for our captain, Nick Wood. Sam, I'll go firstly to you. It was a game of two halves, and I felt in the first half it was you guys down back that kept St Kevin's in the game, and it could have been ripped wide open, but it was pretty tight, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first half was a bit of a battle. They definitely came to play, caught us off guard a bit in that first quarter. They were hard at the ball, probably a bit harder than us, to be honest, and took us a while to adjust. So yeah, the first half, we're definitely up for the fight, and pretty happy how the boys responded in that third quarter to get us over the line there. So, and
Guy, to you. Was it a case of did you change something up, or was it just the game opened up and you found more space?
Probably more the latter. I think we made a couple of slight little tweaks because they obviously wanted to get a lot of numbers around the ball and at the stoppage and make it a bit of a really clustered fight. So we spoke about trying to get them on the outside, but as Critch said, they were really physical and really strong. But the style of footy that they were playing, it's pretty energy sapping, and we spoke about that at half time. You know, can they sustain that style of footy? Because smashing and crashing and being really intense and all that sort of stuff requires a lot of energy. So we just had to be patient. I think Critch, the great man, said at halftime, embrace the grind, and I think we've seen a lot over the last 2.5 years that a lot of sides do that, and we hold them, and then the last quarter and a half, 2 quarters, whatever, we can sort of break away because of the style of footy we play. So to say I was pretty frustrated at halftime, but the second half, as you said, tale of two halves, the second half was unreal.
And Critch, back to you. I asked the same thing of Nick Wood a few weeks ago. It must be great to play in that defence where everyone seems to know what everyone else is doing. You've played together for years, most of you. It's a great combination down the back there. Yeah, it certainly is. A bit of a team within a team down there. Missing our big man Billy Coates today as well, but the boys that come in and just learn the system, play the way we want to play. We're pretty lucky to have some pretty good coaches over the last 3 years since I've been here in that backline system to teach us to play the right way and really defend well. So it's a credit to the coaches, but the boys really buy in down there, so it's great. And it looks like you've been together for years, but there's quite a few. It's not a back six, it's about a back 12 or 15. You've got a few you can put down there. Yeah, everyone seems to want to get into that back six at the moment, including your son this morning. wanted to have a run with the big boys down there. So no, we like to think that we're not separate from the team, but we're a band of brothers down there. So. And Guy, Guy, finally to you, what can you take into training this week that you'll take away from today's game?
Training this time of year is a bit of a grind. Talking about a grind, nothing particular. Training during the week's just about getting through, working on a couple of little bits and pieces, but it's also about maybe keeping a little bit shorter and sharper because this is a time of year where you want to keep guys' interest and excited for footy on a Saturday. Not the season's about Saturdays, not Tuesdays and Thursdays really.
Well, thanks, gentlemen, and congratulations on a great second half. And now I'll hand over to my colleague Liam with the coach of St Bernard's.
Thanks, Gerard. I'm here with the assistant coach of St Bernard's, Chris Davis. Chris, a really good first half from the side against and probably an undermanned team today. What did you think you guys really did well in that first half to take away a 6-point lead at the break?
I think our pressure around the footy was really good. Our attack and we had our structure set up really well behind the footy, so we were able to sort of close it in around the footy, and then once we won footy, we were able to get it out quick and sort of slingshot footy into an open forward line that seemed to suit us well. It was just a bit of work rate. Work rate was high, so we're happy with that in the first half.
The coach of St Kevin's said that you guys brought a real intensity to that first half, a lot of manic pressure around the footy. Was that the plan coming into today?
Yeah, definitely. I think, obviously the week leading in, we weren't expected to do too well going into the game with a sort of bit of an undermanned team against, the premiers from the last 2 years. So we sort of threw that at them, before the game, that no one expected us to do well, and we just need to keep improving week to week, and we weren't going to worry about the scoreboard. It was about our intent around the footy, and the boys sort of got themselves together before the game and had a bit of a rev up, and they brought it for the first half, which is really good.
And seems to be sort of a pattern. The second half, the boys weren't able to keep up that intensity. Is there something you can change about that, or is it just a mental lapse, or is it just fitness itself?
I think it's more mental than fitness. I think, it's been a bit of a pattern for the last few weeks, unfortunately. But it's something we'll just continue to work at training, and then hopefully we can turn it around game day. But they showed in the last quarter we still sort of finished reasonably strong towards the end. So I don't think it's a fitness thing. It's just more of a mental capacity. So.
And your best and fairest winner last year, Adam Bentic, sat out today. Is there any real concern there, or just a week off for him?
No real concern. He was, if it was push and shove final, he probably would have played. But he's been nursing a bit of a sore knee for the last few weeks. So we thought we'd give him a week off this week and get him right for next week. So he should be right next week.
And with Adam missing, we saw Charlie Vega and Nathan Kazuro play really well with more midfield time than they've probably seen so far this year, with Chris Peard out as well. How did you feel those guys played today? Yeah,
they were really good, especially early on. Obviously, they took it upon themselves to show a bit of leadership. Charlie's been pretty good for us the last couple of years, and starting to mature fairly well. And Nath's an A-grade premiership player who's come back to the club, and he's always been a leader, even when he was at the club earlier. So to get him back in the club has been really good, and so he showed that today.
Thank you very much for joining us, Chris. Wrapping up here at TH King Oval, where St Kevin's have run out winners over St Bernard's. Thank you.
This has been another Complete Sports Management production.